We're starting off high.
We can get
I think
two fools agree on that one. Oh, by the way, look, we got the wide shot.
You had accountability. Now, what I can...
Now all you need is a podcast and a YouTube channel.
No, not even.
Where give me the money. Show me the money.
Apparently there's a fool page.
Shoot the J. Shoot it. Live on Facebook.com/Foolproof Entertainment Network. I need you on Twitter. I need you to repost the Facebook pages.
To raise a human before I would
trust a human to raise back wolves.
Before I would trust a pack of humans to raise wolves.
Right. I hear you. There's an audio issue.
So it didn't record.
So we're back. Welcome back, fools.
Are we back right? Are we back
We
now?
are back for real now.
Listen, it's all right.
So, my bad.
It's all right,
you
my
know.
brethren.
Well, you know, when we changed from the live setup to Zoom and back and forth, I missed flipping the settings. So
that's not a problem.
Hey, this is Do Fools Agree. I'm your host, Michael Reggie, at the Geeky Coach, as always, here with my main man, Clifford Jordan
What
Jennings.
up, fools?
What up, fools? Shout out to the two people that texted me. Appreciate it.
That said they couldn't hear shit. They was like, we was trying to figure it out, but
right?
the closed captions wasn't on, and we was like, shit.
So all y'all really missed was me talking about how even though we are at an earlier time than we've been the last couple of weeks, I hit the same wall Cliff does in terms of the long week and caught up with me.
Naps, baby.
And then Cliff referenced me as a animated supervillain.
Yeah, what's his name?
Gru
right.
From the Despicable Me
franchise.
This
motherfucker act like he tired. He on top of the shit. Meanwhile, I'm a minion at my place of employment, and I'm talking gibberish because you motherfuckers clearly don't understand me. You feel what I'm saying? I'm just trying to help.
I understand.
Y'all don't want it as such, so let me take a nap to stop me from saying or doing something that could prevent me from making the same type of pay I currently make.
Oh, man.
Let me be an upstanding citizen.
An upstanding corporate citizen?
Right, let me provide to the... Right. That's what I'm trying to do.
I hear you. Nah, I mean, this week, ordinarily I'd agree with you. I would say the position I'm in is can be a little less mentally taxing. This week, though, all I spent doing was putting deck after deck after deck, presentation after presentation after presentation together.
Listen, sometimes I wonder, I say to myself, and I know I'm not contributing to the racial equality or anything like that, but sometimes I say, would it be harder to wake up in jail every day?
That's a hot take, Mr.
Listen,
Jennings.
it's a very hot take. But then some days I think to myself, and this is clearly the days where the devil's in me a little more than others, I say, at least in jail, I can fuck you up with no...
with impunity, basically?
Right.
Like, I'm already locked up, so what's
what's
another charge?
You feel what I'm saying? And then I can get paid for it in there. Oh, you have a problem with them too? How many honey buns you got, bro? Listen, just stand back and watch these fireworks.
I mean, you get paid to be in there and work out. I hear you.
Listen, I always love the fraternity locker room talk. So shit. I mean, I'm just saying, don't push me, motherfuckers.
I mean, you and our president, right? It was just locker room talk back in 2016.
He ain't built for that.
I mean, we might find out.
Oh, we're going to find out. And he's going to be just like Epstein. So-called hung himself, meanwhile flown back to the same island with the 12-year-old girls, doing his time there.
Suicide.
Right. Doing your time there is all I'm saying.
Oh, goodness gracious. So you got any inadvertent thoughts to get us going this week?
I do have an inadvertent.
Oh, he's got notes and everything. This is always a good one.
Yes, listen, because I'm not home. Right? You got the home field advantage, so I gotta be prepared.
And before you even say it,
what?
The Bills are who we thought they were.
Yes, I'm glad.
Their defense was so bad on Tuesday night.
Listen, you know what's fucked up? Is I won't go as far as to say the Raiders are who we thought they were, because they did beat the Chiefs.
They did, and the Bills got the Chiefs Monday. So,
and let me tell you something.
But the transitive property would show that the Bills beat the Raiders beat the Chiefs. Therefore, the Bills will beat the Chiefs.
It's boxing.
No, it's matchups. It's matchups.
Right, styles make fights. So you know, all I'm saying is I couldn't have been more upset that we beat the Chiefs.
Why is that?
Because now everybody got back on that Derek Carr train.
Uh-oh.
Like Derek Carr beat Mahomes. No, he did not. No, let's not do that. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's what I saw, Cliff. I don't know.
Listen, he definitely did his thing.
Oh, so you're willing to give him a little bit of credit, just a little bit.
He did his thing in that game. He didn't. I don't want to go too far.
Cliff can't say anything nice about Derek Carr.
I don't think I can. But the first thing I was going to say is he didn't, and this is me being extremely critical, of course.
You? Critical? Go on.
He just doesn't look like an NFL quarterback to me.
No.
Like he overthrows balls that like
shouldn't.
The easy balls like that. You'll never see Mahomes do anything like that. Anytime Mahomes fucks a play up, it's probably because it was pressure and he didn't have anybody open. He did a play where he was running towards the sideline and sidearmed the ball right into the numbers of the person he was.
Gotcha.
And I'm looking at Carr like, you can't even throw a fucking streak. And people are saying you beat Mahomes.
Can't even throw a go route.
Like, it almost seemed like to me, and this is me, I always take it there, and I'm going to again today. It almost seemed to me like that. Speaking of, the only reason why I'm bringing it up, tomorrow is the Vasily Lomachenko-Teofimo Lopez fight. And I said that Vasily, right. I said that Vasily Lomachenko is the great white hype. He's the guy who's number one on the pound-for-pound list, but he's 15-1 in fights.
Okay.
And the guy he's fighting is 21-0 and isn't even on the pound-for-pound list, but is a champion as well. So I feel like it was that kind of thing. You know what I mean? I felt like Mahomes was so good, you were looking for a reason for someone to beat him. So just the fact that you lost to the Raiders and you shouldn't have, we're going to say Carr did better than you. No, he didn't.
Gotcha.
No, he didn't.
Yeah,
he just got y'all the win. He didn't do better than you, though. He got y'all the win. Let's stop acting like that.
He did what he needed to do.
Exactly.
But he didn't,
You didn't look great, is all I'm saying. And now the fact that everybody's like, should we keep Derek? That's why are we back here already?
Gotcha.
Should we keep him? What do you mean?
we
were just last week talking. They were
talking.
talking about trading for Haskins last week. Who I said I wish they would have picked up in the draft. So don't get me wrong. If they get Haskins, I will be happy. But how do we go from 1 week to getting Carr out of there and putting Haskins in, a rookie or a sophomore, to now Carr beat Mahomes? Like, what world are we living in where we can just say whatever we want and hope people believe it? Like,
right. Well, but isn't
crazy.
that... It's funny you say that, because that feels like our entire political climate right now. Say whatever you want and people will believe it.
I don't even know if it's the political climate. It's the social media climate.
Well, true. It's not
everything.
Just. It's not just political.
You know what I mean? It's
yeah.
like the world that we're headed into idiocracy is what it is.
You're not wrong.
That's. I mean, I don't know of any other way to describe it, but we're heading into idiocracy. But to answer the question, I was so rudely interrupted on.
Sorry. What was your
Mr. 4-1?
Buffa, oh no.
All right.
We're back to, they are who we thought they were.
All right. So, my inadvertent, for all that don't know, one of my favorite comedians' show just popped up on Netflix.
Ooh. Is it
Man,
Kreischer?
listen, you know it's Uncle Bert. Uncle Bert
the machine.
Man, listen, I swear I love him so fucking much it doesn't make sense. And we're going into my inadvertent off that.
I hear you.
I was watching this show. First of all, let me tell you this. It has to be on Netflix. It couldn't have worked on any other platform. And the only reason why is because you better have a rewind button.
Okay, so you mean it like live TV wouldn't have been good for it?
It wouldn't have worked. Because you're going to laugh over what they say next. You know what I mean? Like you're laughing and they're still talking and they're telling you more gems to laugh at. But you're still laughing at the first thing they said and you don't hear the rest of the joke. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I found myself rewinding back to back to back. Loved it.
Just keep coming back.
It was amazing. And it's not...
So is it like... So I don't know anything about it. I mean, I was the one that kind of told you that I knew it was coming.
Right.
But...
And this is how I knew... you said it was a movie.
No, I said it was a show. I'm pretty sure I said it was a show. You
might
be
want to
right.
rewind it back.
I mean, that's fair. I knew he had something coming out on Netflix.
Right.
We may have been talking about movies.
Okay.
But
Okay. That could make sense then. But
I don't. Yeah, I thought it was a show from jump.
It is a show. The premise of the show, and he does it so well. Like, the only thing my only critique about it is he does, like, at the end of shows, he does the Reverend Run thing.
Okay.
You know, where he was in the bath and he was typing out, like, his thoughts after the show. You know what I'm talking about? Have you seen that?
Yeah.
The Run's house.
Right.
Where he would be in the hot tub with bubbles typing out. So he does the same thing, but instead of doing that, he does it with his wife.
Got it.
Like where he'll talk about what happened or what. And he's a lot better at doing that. Granted, he's a comedian.
Yeah.
Than his wife is responding on the phone with him. Because it's like they're FaceTiming each other, talking about the day. But his wife seems... It's not a scripted thing.
But it's kind
forced.
of feels forced.
Right. It's like a forced thing. Like, I have to... You know what I mean?
I got you.
And that's what throws it off. But listen, I'm digressing because I love both of them.
Both him
I love
and
Bert,
his wife.
I love Leanne. I love...
So is it really... It is really his wife in the show?
Yeah, no. It's, yeah, but she's not there with him. They're just FaceTiming at the end of every show.
Gotcha.
And, I mean, it definitely goes there, though. Like, there was one episode where... Because, you know, they do that... And this isn't me calling it this. This is them calling it this. They do that white boy humor where they get naked and do a lot of shit.
Well, because that's like Kreischer's shtick.
Right.
Like, he does that in his stand-ups and shit,
I love
too.
him. But he does some things where it's like, oh, shit. And the funny thing is, he had Donnell Rawlins on the episode.
Okay.
And he called him out on. And first of all, he walks into the room, the episode. No spoiler, because this is just the intro before the show even starts. Bert's laying on a bearskin rug naked.
Which again feels like Kreischer.
Right, tucking his dick behind with his hands. Donnell walks in
Kreischer.
like any black dude and says, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Am I in the right place?" Like didn't know where he was. Next walks out Bobby Lee. For anybody that doesn't know Bobby Lee on the podcast, he's a very funny Korean comic, but he's kind of on the funny gay side as well. And I don't mean that in any disrespect. I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
The first thing he says is, while Bert's laying on this bearskin rug naked, "Can I lay on that rug naked with you just for a picture for my Instagram?" And Bert says, "Come on, let's do it right now." Not only does he get naked, he lays. And it's funny because I watched it and I'm thinking to myself, like, his dick has to be on his ass. His dick has to be on his ass. That's what I'm thinking to myself in my mind. Lo and behold, before I saw this show,
yeah,
I watched the Bobby Lee Tiger Belly podcast.
Okay,
one of my favorites.
Or watched.
Listened to. I didn't watch it, even though they do show it on YouTube.
Yeah, I was wondering.
I listened. I didn't watch. It was work.
Gotcha.
Donnell Rawlins was the guest, and he says, "Bobby, don't fucking play. You know your ass was on his dick the whole time." And Bobby was trying to. He said, "Okay." There was no way. And as I'm watching, I'm thinking to myself, like, yeah, that's a little too much. Fast forward to next scene.
Yeah.
They're inserting coffee enemas into Bert's ass.
Wait, what?
Right. That episode was rough. Like, even for me, I was like, listen.
Even as a Kreischer fan, it went a little too far.
I was like, whoa. Funniest part of the episode, Bert says, because Donnell's not having nothing. He's not doing any of this. They're all naked in robes. Donnell's in his sweatsuit, Timbs, and
like,
jeans.
Nah,
Bert says, you know what would make equality? If you did a little white boy gay humor with us and you took an enema in your ass. Donnell Rawlins says, "I don't want equality that bad." And in that moment, I said that was the perfect response, because I would say
it was the only response.
If it was meant for black people to get equality and you stick something up my butt with a cough, we're not never getting equality, bro. It's never gonna be equal, because if anybody comes close to my ass, friends or not, it was wild. That was wild.
Sounds like it. So it's.
But it's more than that. That was just one episode where it just threw me off. They have Caitlyn Jenner on it. They have, like, it's not just comedians, you know what I mean? Like, they have conversations with people. The whole premise is he was supposed to go to his cabin to relax, to cool out, to not be working so much, but he decided to bring in people to work a little bit while he was there to make some money, which I understand as well. You feel what I'm saying? But my inadvertent comes into play with, I'm watching the show and I'm thinking to myself, like, and I don't mean this in any disrespectful way, even though it's not taken that way, or it shouldn't be, and if it is, you're soft. But I was thinking, like, why couldn't I be a part of that? You know what I mean? Like, and not like as like, I was thinking, like, what would it be like to grow up in that household? You know what I mean? But then I thought to myself, two things. This is where my inadvertent comes in. One, if I did grow up in that household, I'm sure I would hate Bert Kreischer.
Yeah.
I'm sure he would bother me. I would be annoyed, irritated.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, no.
Secondly, I thought to myself, my dad was Bert Kreischer. My dad was Bert Kreischer. Period. Like everything about, not on that bullshit.
No,
but
I don't see your dad.
My dad was
like,
a more
with the naked
serious.
humor,
My
but-
dad was a more serious version of Bert Kreischer, but he was definitely a Bert Kreischer. You didn't know what he was gonna ask you to do, what you had to do. You might have to babysit him some nights as a
Right.
child, but here we
keep
go.
Going. Keep
Here
going.
we go. But I was my inadvertent came to the fact that it was like, damn, like you don't appreciate what you have.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if I was to put my dad against Bert Kreischer, my dad beats him in every way.
Yeah.
I mean, in every way. I mean, even
What
comedy
is going on?
wise.
Yo,
My guy Lucas.
These are no, I used this password. I signed in.
My guy Lucas.
Can you hear us?
I can hear you, but I can't see nobody.
Oh,
because you didn't set it up, Joe. Set it up, Joe.
There, now,
What's
hold
up?
up. Now I see something. Hold up.
You see something?
Yeah, I'm
I
not.
see
it's
a
right
screen.
there.
I'm not showing it on the screen, but
Oh, what the hell is going on? Why can't I see?
I
Why
thought
is
it
your
was
shirt
that
on?
one. Why is my
No,
shirt
no,
on?
hold up. Why is your shirt on, Dan?
Because I'm repping right now. It's going to come off later.
It's gonna come off later.
all right.
I'm repping
I don't know
for
if
the
you
pod.
can see both of us, or if you. Can
I can see both of you.
All right, good deal.
Where's
I
Jazzy
see
Faye
the-
at?
I see-
Was that his bangs, his elegant
I
bangs?
see the glare
saw?
off your head, Reggie, and I see some. What kind of? Are you have boots on or those socks?
These
What is
are
going
socks.
on over there?
These are socks. I got soccer pads
You look
on.
like you like got El Chapo socks on over
Listen,
there.
no, I got shin pads on up under these here things
Hey,
because I don't know who I
Hey,
might run into.
no, hold up. I
I don't know who I
interrupted
might
this-
kick it with.
I interrupted this bitch tonight, so I showed up to interrupt
No.
because that's what I do. Cliff probably doesn't even know this, but you know I don't have a job anymore, man.
What?
Yeah, I'm on strike.
Oh, with the Gehenna School shit.
Yeah, I'm on strike, man.
I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to say the place, but that was the only
But
thing.
you're right.
Because all those other places on strike right now.
Listen, let me tell
True.
you.
Luke kind of outed himself.
Right.
As far as I'm concerned, they took away my password and they took away everything. They took away my pay. They took away my healthcare. So,
Oh shit.
I mean,
Well, we
I
about to
don't
start.
know.
Listen, I
good
don't know
night
how
to sign
long.
in, I guess.
I don't know how long I'm gonna last, regardless. So we might just have to double up on the GoFundMe and see how interesting we are.
Yeah. Could you imagine?
We are going.
No.
All right, it's
If-
time. It's
If I
time we
had
do it.
literally no
It-
job and
I'm
I got
with it.
let loose on a
Nope,
podcast,
nope. It's time to start the Foolproof Entertainment Network Patreon,
I think so.
and we'll put
Could you
Cliff
imagine if I
and
had
Luke's
no-
show
sorry,
behind the
boy
paywall.
Kyle, my boy Kyle's here too.
What's going on,
Dude.
Kyle?
What's going on?
So, if
Is he
there
on
was
strike
a
too?
if I was on a podcast and I had no job legitimately, oh boy.
Man,
I know,
listen.
Cliff.
Do you know? This is me talking with a job. This is me hoping they click on the right link and hear me. So imagine
No,
if
no,
we
no.
had to go fucking fund me.
No, I'm telling you, the Patreon, and we put Luke and Cliff shows behind a paywall, so we
Listen.
know who the subscribers are and who has shit.
That's the only way that'll work.
Oh, brother. Come on.
We'll agree.
I'm with it. Listen,
Cheers.
I'm with it.
Wait, we're back. We're back.
Listen, get that clank. Right.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Always allegedly.
Oh man.
Supuestamente.
Yeah, I'm a veteran of the line.
The allegedly line. Listen.
No, the picketing line.
give me a chant. Give me a chant. What you got going on in there?
I don't even got any chance. I'm not even trying to go there. I mean, because
Kids,
you know,
pull your pants up. We don't get paid enough. That's what
We're here.
they
We're
say.
queer. Get used to it.
Right. Right. Jazzy Fizzle.
What's up? I'm trying
My
to
guy.
log in.
He's trying to
Oh,
log in on
I
Loggy
see him.
man.
I
It's just
got him.
gonna
I got him.
cause-
I didn't
Loggy
see he was
man.
It's gonna
there.
cause microphone issues all over the place.
Nah, G.
Well,
yeah.
then just have his video and you guys can both be on one mic. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're getting
I already
a
hear
little.
the issues.
There we go. Oh, he muted.
Yeah.
Mine is mute.
There you go. That's fine. As long as you
No, I
guys
can still hear them. Yeah, turn your volume off.
Where's that?
Where's your volume,
Yeah, a
Angela?
little bit.
Get him his.
Luke
Get
is
him the
just
hammer,
as pasty
Angela.
as I am.
It's at 35. Is it off?
You just want it off. You want it muted.
Yeah,
We're
mute. You
getting-
guys only
we're
need
getting
one
feedback.
with.
All you need on this video because you can hear from
Like that?
Right.
Good.
Put the.
Perfect.
There we go. He can see, and he can
There
hear
we
from
go.
mine.
Now we see your
There
pretty
you
face.
go.
So
I'll tell you, what a fun day in suburbia.
Yeah, real fun. When you put in like, I only had 12,000 steps today, but the other day I had like 28,000.
was that on the
Jesus.
picket line that you walked those steps, or?
Yes. Yes. Unemployed the whole way, I guess.
He's carrying a fucking sign. He's acting like he's carrying the
Hold on.
cross.
Where's? Oh, I took my sign out of here. I took my sign to the car. I would have put it on here. I have my sign. I brought it in. It's personal. I even like on the top corner, like, you know how, I'm just gonna say this like it is. Like, you know how like if you were to have been in jail like for a long time, you do your tally marks. Like my tally marks on the time. Like, I'm trying to, you gotta put the tally marks. You know how many days, because it just is a blur.
Listen. All right. You talking about your picket sign? Mine's been super glued to my back
Oh, you're on the
for
podcast.
34 years.
I don't want to be on. Turn me off
It's
the podcast.
it's bizarre. It is bizarre. I tell you, it is something
I'm moving.
out
So
of this
what-
out of another world.
So I don't want to get too deep into it, but what did this come of? Like what
Nothing to do with you.
like what brought this on?
So it's not even money. Like, you would think it would be money,
That's
right?
what
Like,
that was my first.
most people think like it's money. So like ours is just, and then it gets twisted in that it's COVID. Like, people are scared of COVID.
Right,
You know what I mean? It gets
right.
twisted into that. But like I was telling them earlier, like it just has to do with the method of teaching they want us to do
Okay.
because of COVID. Not.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with. It has nothing to do with us being
That's
like
starting to
afraid
make
to
more
be in the
sense,
classroom. It's just what they're asking us to do. It's just too much. It's not possible. It's not equitable. It's not possible to. And what I mean by equitable is it's not. I can't give 100% of my attention to all kids that I'm teaching at the same time. So like
Right.
I may be giving 40% over here and 60% over here and 20% over here.
Yeah.
Right,
So
right.
and Luke, you can,
And you gotta keep putting it in. You gotta keep
Yeah,
putting in the work.
And you can stop me if I'm saying too much, but the gist of it is that the school system wanted them to both teach the kids who were there in person and then also like live stream their class to the kids at home.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's almost
part of
correct.
it.
Okay.
Okay, and here's what's almost correct about it. So like hybrid normally is like
You have
that
kids.
you teach the kids that are in your classroom physically,
Yeah.
and then they rotate, and then those kids are asynchronous. They're at home doing their work online, so they will be in a camera in the back of the room watching everything. But then there's this other bucket basically. So that's bucket
Oh,
A,
that's
bucket
right.
B.
You had 3 buckets.
And then there's bucket C that we're being asked to teach that we never see. They're just on a camera
They're only
in the
online.
back of the room all the time. That we'll never see. They never come into the classroom.
So if
Are
you
you
don't,
describing kids as in a bucket?
well, listen. If you're concerned about that description, hold up for this question. What made you want to deal with these little bastards in the first place?
Oh man, root cause.
I'm just being a buck, 100.
Well-
How do you know about their parents?
Listen, all I know is I'm a Gehenna graduate of 2004.
Wait, you went to Gehenna?
Yeah, dude.
2004, I went there for high school.
I thought you were down on like Champion with Reggie.
No, sir. When
He was an
high
East Side
school-
kid. We
high
grew
school,
up
I was-
together.
Yeah, high school I was in Gehenna.
Eyebrow.
Yeah, I got pulled out of trouble into more trouble. That's my story.
So you came to Gehenna and showed them the path.
But listen, everybody said get him out of trouble.
So that he can run shit wherever he went.
First arrest happened.
It was like the movie Blow. You went into jail with like a bachelor's in weed and left with a master's in cocaine.
Are absolutely somewhat correct, allegedly. Allegedly.
Weed and pills.
Allegedly.
Okay.
You'd be surprised, allegedly.
Okay.
That was something different for me. I never knew
I
that.
haven't done a lot around here. I drop things. And they
Damn.
eat it, and
I didn't know you went to Gehenna, man.
Yeah, that was my high school career. That's why I stopped sports.
They don't miss a sound.
That's why I stopped sports.
There's Casey younger than that.
That makes sense. Yeah, what year? So do you know Casey?
Casey Martin?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a year below me.
We made these connections already.
Uh-huh. I won't repeat it back in case he's listening.
I mean, honestly, you told me I'm supposed to call him what name? Because he always wanted to be another kid.
Drew Connor.
Drew Connor.
No, I didn't say he wanted to be.
You ain't no Drew Connor.
I didn't say he wanted to be Drew Connor.
Connor.
I said Drew Connor was always the more aggressive one out of the two. He was the one that got the more. He got the more attention. I'm not gonna lie.
You just got messed up.
I'm just saying. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie about nothing. But I mean, ask him about me. That's all I got to say, and you can see. Ask him about me.
Tax fraud.
Ask about me.
Tax fraud. What are you doing?
Man, y'all in the.
Nah, but Casey
Y'all
was a
Reggie's
dog.
house?
The fact that we had in 8th grade that we had 2 6'2", 6'3" defensive ends.
That's not fraud.
So that sounds like.
Wait, where did you go to middle school?
They still got beat. I went to middle school with Mike at St. Catherine's.
Yeah.
I left and went.
Okay, so you didn't go to Gehenna.
No, 8th grade was when I think that was my first year at Gehenna was 8th grade, and I played for their football team. Then I went to high school, and it was I quit.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what Trump
I hear you.
They weren't.
What's going on?
It's a whole nother game for real. You know what I mean? Like it's just a whole nother game.
Got it.
Like playing like with Mifflin and then going to Gehenna, it was like, yeah, no, this isn't for me.
I hear you.
And then y'all don't even want people hitting and being loud. So let me sit back.
Oh man.
But
I had to mute y'all. It was a little too loud background noise.
All
Sorry.
I'm saying is I tell no lies.
Tell no lies.
You hear what I'm saying? You can add whomever to the live stream. I won't tell any
And
lies.
coming up next, we have Casey Martin.
But little did they know, Cliff had Drew Connor on the background. Listen.
Oh, man.
They were both dogs. I will give them both that, but Drew made more noise.
I believe that. And I hope Casey sees this.
He's just so nice, you know what I mean? Like, real talk. Like, he's so fucking nice.
See, I wouldn't guess that by the way he like tries to coach. Like
No.
he tries to be the hard ass coach.
No. He was the sweetest of the sweethearts. Now, he was different on the field, but he still didn't have that. Drew seemed like his dad abused him.
Gotcha.
Like, Drew seemed like he had to sleep in out back in the doghouse. Drew was hungry as shit.
Gotcha.
Like, I didn't even want to get hit by Drew. I'm going heads up with Casey. If Casey fills the hole, I'm going heads up with you. Drew, I'm like, ooh, bounce out.
Check out the legs.
Or I'm
Sweep
jump.
the leg, Johnny.
Or I'm going to look like a wide receiver and just lay down in the ball. I'm not taking that.
Oh, goodness.
That's the best way I can describe it.
Yeah. I hear you.
But I'm not gonna say he wasn't good. He was definitely good. He just
So
wasn't aggressive.
Jeff just shared that that Bexley just beat Grandview in a
Yeah, they were playing a
game that
bonus
was
game.
27-0.
Was that playoffs?
No, so
Okay.
Bexley, one, they're also in a very low division. So,
Right.
I mean, if they had played...
They're playing middle schoolers.
Basically. So, they... I don't know if they even... I know Grandview didn't play a playoff game. Did Bexley opt out too? Okay, so Bexley opted out too. So, they just decided to play another game. So, you were allowed to pick
No,
up
he
like
said
two more regular
just
season
saying that
games.
they got beat in the playoffs.
Okay, so they opted to play another quote-unquote regular season game after the postseason.
Right, okay, I see what
We
you're
opted not to do that. Bexley I guess, asked us to play, and I think we just said, nah, we're good.
Oh, Bexley asked you after the playoffs.
After the playoffs.
Why not?
I mean, here's the deal, is they actually, I don't even know if they played their week 1
Anytime
game.
I get a chance to euthanize kids.
Easy.
I'm just playing.
No, we needed our season to end so we can get in the weight room.
Yeah, amen.
Well,
There's
listen, you
an
also have to build up
OHSA
confidence, and if they're willing,
Well, but we were also at a point where I will tell you, we had, as a team, as a players, they had started to quit.
see, that's what I don't like shit like that.
So Cliff, there's also an OHSA rule that says at the end of a season, you have to wait 30 days to get in the weight room before you can.
Okay. That
So-
makes a lot of sense.
So
Okay.
if we played another game or two,
It extends
That means
every
we're-
single time we played another game, we had to wait,
right 30
7 more days.
And
7
at
more
that
days.
point, you're
Right,
running up
right.
against winter break. You're running up
Right,
against
right,
everything.
right.
Like, we can get them in the weight room by, like, the first week of November, ahead
Right.
of
No, I
Thanksgiving,
follow-
and
I
actually
follow
get a
that one.
solid
I
couple
follow
of
that
weeks
100%.
in.
I get that 100%.
So,
Uh,
I don't know, man.
politics. Even in fucking sports politics.
I mean, this whole season was a sham anyways. I mean, at least as far as we were concerned, like, we didn't put pads on until a week before the season started. Like, it was just not a good situation.
Well, see, I feel like that's, well, I don't know. That's just
Well,
my-
I think a good team.
Did you see my
I'm a
Greg,
different
did
mindset.
you see my post
Nah.
about a football player showing up?
Oh, yeah. So
What
he
is
had a current player show up at the picket line?
It was Cockrell.
Got you. I saw Brendan. I'm like, who the fuck is Brendan?
What happened?
He had a player show up and give him coffee. A coffee, I assume? Something?
He said, Jeff also just said Berlin beat Worcester 48-40.
Damn. See, that's the thing
Right.
that's killing me right now is there's no defense being played at any level right now.
No.
Not at high school, not at college,
I
not
would
at the
really
pros.
like to speak on this,
What?
but I gotta piss.
It's
Bottom
early
line
for a
is-
piss.
Bottom line is, and this is what I'll wrap it up before I go. The same way I say we're going into idiocracy is the same way we're going into no defense. Idiocracy isn't worried about how to defend.
Right.
They're worried about where we're going next. And that's where we're at right now. Nobody's worried about how to defend from anything else. Let me just hope my daughter doesn't get caught by this white van. Or you know what I mean? Like,
I hear
real
you.
talk though. Teach these kids that it's shit going on out here.
Right.
It's kill or be killed.
Right. I agree. I
So
don't
this is
disagree.
your opportunity to kill. High school, grades. Kill these grades. Kill this sports. If you don't do it, somebody might snatch you up on the side of the road.
You're not wrong.
And if I'm your parent and you wasn't killing, I'm like, did anybody get snatched? I'm just being 100.
Oh, man.
Listen, that's me. But
Nah.
I'll piss. Talk shit while I'm gone.
Nah, I mean, I think I sent a chat to the coaches thread last week on, like, the college scores, and they were all, like, 48
yeah,
or 50
you did.
plus to... I'm like, Jesus, no one's playing any defense right now.
I mean, there ain't time for that when there's scoring to be had.
Says the offensive coach.
Sorry,
of course.
there's the offensive coach and the defensive coach mentality, right?
It's true. It's true. I don't
No,
think,
but
I don't know if you'll see
but I was
a shutout again.
So
this year.
Cliff's gone, but hey, man, I was like, so I was sitting there and like I'm on the side of the road, you know what I mean, like, and all of a sudden I hear like, "Hey, coach," like, "Hey, man, how you doing?" And I'm like, I turn, I'm like, and you understand, yesterday was raining, right? Like it was like 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And it was flat out raining, and it was cold. I mean, it was cold out, and I'm standing there, and he's like, "Hey, I brought you a hot chocolate. You look cold on the side of the road." And I was like, I pulled it like, oh my God, I'm like pulling my mask up like tight to my eyes. I'm like, hey, I mean, I'm not gonna say I definitely cried, but like, you know what I mean. I was
Teared
like,
up a little.
It's raining. Good thing it's raining right now, and like
You can hide it.
I did like you know what I mean. Of course, like my defer. Like I deferred immediately to joking. I'm like, "You're not crying. I'm not crying. You're crying." You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, that's awesome though, man. Like,
it's like that family mentality that we preach to these kids, and then
try to cultivate.
With it, maybe sometimes they don't show it in necessarily within the confines of football,
right?
But he was showing it in the confines of life, and like, to me, that's so much bigger, and that's like what we strive to teach these kids, and what the game of football means.
Yeah, I mean, at the end
Go ahead.
No, I mean, at the end of the day, it's about family, right? Like,
Right.
I think the most successful teams, you see that brotherhood among the players and the coaches.
You're talking to like what you build from sports.
Yeah.
I was telling him about the football player that showed up, and just how we break on family every single day, regardless. And sometimes our team doesn't necessarily show it within the confines of the game, but to watch your team show it in the confines of life.
Right.
That's the biggest win you can have ever.
So let me say something to reinforce what you're saying. And this is by no means as serious or as deep, but this is what was instilled in me from football. Because you got to remember, I started out boxing.
Yeah.
That's a solo sport.
Yep.
I don't want anybody else making mistakes for me.
And honestly, I think you need both, and I can get into that after you kind of give your piece on.
But what I'm saying is, okay, and this is 100% correct. I'm just at the house, not today, yesterday, and I'm playing the video game. And the video game is NBA 2K.
Okay.
For anybody that doesn't know, you control one man instead of the whole team. Now, what happened was I fucked up on my play and caused another person on my team to get a foul.
Okay.
This person was a computer player. And I was still feeling like, why the fuck did I give him that fucking foul? I could have saved that if I would have done my job correctly.
Right.
But the only reason I even had that thought in my mind was from football. I cannot let this person next to me down. If they expect me to make this tackle, it's done already.
Yeah.
Before they even run to my side, it's done. He's tackled.
Well, and I think that's where we're growing right now, especially with this younger group of kids, is there was still a fair amount of finger pointing this year versus pointing the finger inward, right?
Right,
like,
none of that.
Don't think about how someone else messed up. Did you do your job perfect every time? Then no. And you have no room to talk. I feel bad. Even in a job setting, right?
If I did something that dropped the ball and somebody else had to cover up for it, I'm like, I have to say something. Like, I fucked that up. I did that.
And see, I think that for me is the reason why both team sports, I think that's the reason why team sports are so important, is that you have to understand what it means to have that pressure and what it means for someone else to count on you.
Right.
And you have to know what it feels like to let someone down, and you also have to know what it feels like to be with somebody who has let you down and then build them back up.
And from somebody that has done the solo sports, and don't get me wrong, I love it. I much rather like to die on my own shield
Yeah.
than someone else's, but it feels so much better when you know you can rely on somebody and they'll really come through.
Right. And I
like
think
I have somebody next to me in this game with me. They got it if I don't.
right.
That's
It's being able
feeling.
to trust the person next to you.
That's a different
Now,
feeling.
what I will say that you learn from individual sports is you learn how to push yourself, because
Shame.
I don't care.
Shame. More shame.
Shame.
That's it. How to deal with shame.
No, I for me it was always about like understanding that you can be your own worst enemy. And
It's
honestly,
always
you're
you.
never never going against someone else.
You're always
and I don't
your
really
own-
care what the individual sport is. You're never really going against someone else. You're going against
in
yourself.
life you're your
Right.
own. It doesn't matter if you're not even setting your feet in the blocks. If you're not racing anyone, you're still your own worst enemy.
Absolutely. So I think that's why I've got a passion for both individual and team sports on that front. Is that there are different lessons to be had from both, and I think it's important to learn both sets of lessons.
No, I definitely agree.
All right.
Well,
Well-
I don't know where we were at beforehand.
We got any random topics?
Sorry,
from the peanut gallery
sorry. They
over
were there's politic talk going on over here. So I'm
there?
muted.
We don't want to. I would say you don't want to trigger Cliff, but he's the one that's brought it up the last 3 weeks.
Maybe
so.
Kyle and Cliff should go at it for a minute.
No.
Who and
That
who?
would be very interesting.
Let's
feel
do it.
like I don't want to.
Listen, I'm a solo sports guy, so
Back to the solo.
I'm up for whatever.
Yeah, I understand. Solo sports like you porn. And do I go there again?
I researched 4 years. I go
XNXX, right? Is that the site?
I got educated by your guys
Well,
last time.
the
I got
sport,
educated.
the sport isn't the site. The sport is how fast you can get back in your bed and tuck yourself in.
I understand. I understand why you're into solo sports now.
Well, I see you have a nice, cute little junior, and if you look at him too long, you can see also why I'm in solo sports.
Oh my gosh. Y'all kill me.
I'm just being a
I don't know what you're talking about. Uh,
My daughter knows I love her, baby, but we talk how we talk.
He's not Republican. He's not something.
I figured I would just sign in out of nowhere. I made Jeff give me his password and stuff. Or the number and stuff. I was like, let me just sign in out of nowhere and see what happens.
yeah, I had to admit you first, so at least I got us to a break in the conversation, sort of.
Sort of. It's
Yeah,
all right,
sort of.
though.
Sort of. Then I showed up and it just ruined everything.
Nah, we like it. We like it. We are.
I'll tell you what. Hey, so
One of these days you'll have to come over and we'll have to do like a real live show together.
Personal.
So you wanna I mean just on knowledge, like, so I've never been a part of a strike or anything like that, and I'm gonna just share some information that I'm sure you guys can go off on, but
For sure.
so I've never been like real big into like lobby groups or anything like that,
Right.
but
I don't
can tell
think
you
anybody
what,
is until they have to be.
I don't even know what that means.
right until I need these guys.
Right.
So like OEA showed up like in full force, and I'll tell you right now, like it's a machine.
All I know
It
is
is-
they post
it is
shit in
a
the break
full-on
rooms, and
machine,
you should
like-
use it if you need it.
Like it is a full on machine. Like they show up, there is like a they call it a headquarters, but I call it the war room.
Okay.
And like I'm a picket captain, and I'm on a few other different deciding entities that make decisions with the strike. And they you come in, you make decisions, or they give you like basically striking orders, and then you head back out to the front line, and like it is like anything you need, it's just done. Like, oh yeah, really? You need that? Done. It'll be there. It's crazy. It is like the amount of food and drinks and like and everything that the amount of everything that is there is just on the picket line. Like there is like every single person could take a single piece, like 2-3 pizzas home every day, or like
That's
subs,
crazy.
or it is there. They don't want you to leave the lines. They don't care. Like I refer to it almost as like a war machine. Like it is a war machine. It's crazy. Like it is. Like you almost start to like wrap your head around like, wow, this is something that, I mean, that's what they do, right? Like when a district's struggling, they come in and they orchestrate, right? They know what they're doing. That's their job, is to make sure that labor laws are followed, and they're going to fight for labor laws, right? That's kind of what they do.
So do you feel like they have your back, or do you feel like that there's a
absolutely.
Agenda?
They listen, they adjust. If you guys say like, hey, that's probably not going to go over well in our community, I gotta step outside. They're just talking too much politics. But like, if you say like, for example, like that's not going to go over well in this community, they're like, okay, cool, we're not doing that. Or this isn't going to go over well if we this, or here's what we're thinking. They listen and they adjust and they move with you. But it's like, it's crazy, man. Like it is something like out of war. Like I feel like I come off the front lines, like, quote unquote front lines. You know what I mean? I come in there and you get your striking orders and you go back and you implement. Like, I mean, it's nothing I've ever dealt with in my entire life other than like football. You know what I mean? I have nothing else to relate to it.
It's the closest comparison you can make.
Yeah, it's weird, man. It is so weird. And like, of course, I just want it done. Like, I want to go back to work. I want to be with the kids. I don't really care anything else about it. Like, I want the people to, and now, I mean, it's just getting flat dirty, right? Like, everybody's getting dirty on everybody. Like, it's just, there's no holds bar. It's just,
I think what's interesting is that I've got a fair number of people that I either currently work with or used to work with that are parents of kids in the district, and there's not a single one that is taking the district side on this. Like, it seems like everything that I'm seeing from the parents is that the teachers are right, and I think that's awesome.
I will do you one better.
The teachers right?
But I'm just saying, the parents are actually on that. Even though the teachers are striking, I would say probably 80 to 90% of parents are supporting the teachers.
We're at the strike lines. We're at the strike lines, and there's kids everywhere. The kids are all around us. They're all around us. They're not going to school. They don't care. They're just like, whatever, cool, school, whatever. Because they're trying to implement school, and it's not happening because they're trying to use the ESC, which we picketed and shut the ESC pretty much straight up down. They made everybody work from home because we shut the ESC down. Like, we're not going to let you hire, like, this is our company that we get our substitutes from, and the school district was going to pay them $175 a day to be a substitute, and you work from home. So like, now what happens is now every single substitute from every single other district, they're like, cool, I'm going to go do that, work from home. And now none of the other school districts in the area can get substitutes. You know what I mean?
Shut down the ESC, yeah.
So then we went there and picketed the ESC and shut it down. We're like, y'all can't just do this. You think you're gonna provide scab labor and like right in front of my face? Like, no, it's not happening. Like, we're gonna create an issue for you. But here's the deal. I'll tell you right now, like it is this is crazy. Like it is something I've never witnessed. I've never, I'm not like, I've never been an overboard union guy. Like that's not me.
It's crazy that this is at Gehenna.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a buck. It's crazy that this is at Gehenna before anywhere else.
Right.
Nowhere else has anything to say that gets paid less and gets less
local. Yeah.
With more time they have to work, but Gehenna strikes while Linden's cool. Like, come the fuck
No, but
on.
Linden ain't doing
Columbus-
this.
but
No,
Columbus
Linden
City
ain't doing.
schools-
I'm not
No.
taking anything away from you. I'm not taking anything
No,
away from you.
Linden ain't doing this. Linden ain't doing this.
But
No
that-
other school district in the area is really doing this.
That's what
Linden-
I'm getting at, though.
Like,
It's-
how didn't the district come to a better conclusion
Right,
when
it
Columbus
shouldn't
Public
have been
did?
Gehenna, bro. Whether you're with
Right.
Gehenna or not, it shouldn't have been Gehenna that did that first. It should have been
Well-
someone way lower on the board.
But I think the difference
that was
is
like, wait a minute.
Gehenna was trying to get them back into school. Columbus
The
Public said,
difference
fuck
is-
it, we're staying virtual.
The difference is
And we don't
Gehenna.
care that our kids can't do virtual.
The difference is Gehenna, and this is one time where I say I'm not talking race.
Yeah,
The difference is it's Gehenna.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Gehenna has had
but
a
Gehenna,
high school campus since
Gehenna's-
2001.
Gehenna's all about. Gehenna's all about like proving to their taxpayer that they have everybody accounted for, and that they're
Right.
doing 100% of
But they
kids
don't.
are getting educated every
Right.
single day.
But they don't,
So-
and we both know
so-
that.
So
You as a
they're
teacher and me as a
basically they're
student.
basically trying to put quantity over quality.
Right.
And when you put quantity over quality, I mean,
As
the
the world.
sacrifice is
Right.
that,
Everybody. Quality
Okay.
for everybody goes down.
Right.
and
I
you do
get
that
it.
in any business, and it's failure.
No,
Any
I get
business,
it
that's
100%.
failure.
I get it 100%, but
Cliff's got
It's-
alarms going off over here.
yeah, I don't know what that came from. But I just feel like it's ironic that now, like it almost to me, in my opinion,
So are we still arguing in here?
No, we're not arguing. We're just
and you know,
Is it a math debate? I love math debates. They're debating in here, and it's a math
and you
debate.
know,
Math
listen, let me
debate.
tell you this, and you know, Lucas Bartholomew Samuel,
Oh my god!
you know that I love you to death.
Right?
He says that a lot.
Yeah.
Love him to death.
Angela's calling you out on you say that a lot.
Well, maybe I'm sorry, Angela. Maybe I don't love everybody to death, and I'm just gassing them up. I'm just being honest. But me, in my mind, I feel like I love Lucas Bartholomew Samuel to death.
If I may, all hell will break loose.
Hey,
No.
yo, I'm just saying. I mean,
What's
but the
the
problem
jazzy
with
fact?
that statement, Cliff, is you go straight into the butt.
I did what?
What?
Oh yeah, no, there was a big butt. There was a big butt,
you
and I
don't
was
you don't
definitely.
ever go straight into the butt.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
You definitely have to
No,
prepare
I
for it.
could have
You
went
used to have
straight.
to ask.
I could have went straight into the butt, but y'all would have called me a savage, like Hillary Clinton back in the crime bill. You hear what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna.
Yeah, but you have
just-
to ask if you go straight into the butt.
Right.
But I
You know
thought
what I
yes
mean?
meant no, and or no meant yes, and yes means.
I like the last sentence.
What is it again?
I don't remember.
Listen, I don't know
No,
what
it's
he's
no
talking
means
about.
yes.
That's going to cost us.
No means yes.
I
Wait,
just
what?
thought Luke went 26
Yeah, I don't wanna
and
say it all.
18 meant spit.
All right, I'll say it. It's no means yes, and yes means anal.
Listen, somebody preach, Kirk.
And I don't practice that.
That's my
I'm not a-
fucking
I'm
guy.
not a practicing practitioner,
It
but
doesn't matter because the worst case scenario,
it's just the
Anderson,
best.
Jordan
It's just the
Jennings
best logic
for,
statement that has ever happened.
what's the word?
I guess
For 2024.
No, not 2024. How people get paid, they put their shit up.
like you feel.
Oh,
That's
for
it.
Patreon.
Yes, whatever. Listen.
So,
So
anyways, what I wanted to share with you guys is, I'm gonna send you guys a link to the board meeting last night that happened, right,
Okay.
in Gehenna, and this needs to like flat out go viral, like straight up like viral. Like, so the student council president in Gehenna was on. He always reports to the board every single board meeting.
Wait, the student council president?
Student council president always prepares a
And
statement.
his name is
he-
Dr. Dwight Carter.
The what?
Allegedly.
Ultimately,
Allegedly.
No.
I
Hey,
said his name is Dr. Dwight Carter. Allegedly.
No.
Cliff's trying to get, or Eric's
Carter's
just
not
trying to
there.
get serious.
Carter's not there.
That's
Carter's
my
at
guy.
Eastern
I'm just
Fairfield.
playing. I just know who he is.
No, Carter's at Eastern Fairfield. He's the man.
Yeah, that's my guy. I love him to death.
So no. So his kid's name's Jason. I'm not gonna share his last name. You
Oh,
guys
shit.
can.
Don't
You
do
guys
that.
can.
Yeah, don't do that.
When I send you the link, he got on the board meeting last night and spoke for 20 minutes uninterrupted to the board and the superintendent.
Oh, it's a shout
And
out.
dropped, like, he put them on notice.
Right.
Oh, shit.
No, he flat out put them on notice. It was awkward. He was cordial. He was calm. He was collected.
Right.
He called out that I mean, you just got to watch it. I mean, he called out the Black Lives Matter thing, like that there was one board member. He called out one board member and asked them to resign. I mean, I'm telling you,
This
it
is
was
an 18-year-old
something-
kid, 17-year-old kid.
Listen,
17-year-old kid
I
called out a board member and asked them to resign.
I mean, we'll
Last
blast
night.
it. I'll blast it.
That,
Shoot me the link.
that kind of shit gets me goosebumps and hype like a long pass to the end zone with 2 seconds left.
That's like that.
Hey.
I get hype
Hey.
off that.
Cliff, I mean, my it was like this. I started watch. I watched it after because I can't, so I have to sign in like on a non. I have to sign in on a non
Right,
Gehenna, no account that's tied to my name because
Right,
I'm not
right,
allowed
right.
to watch
Right.
stuff outside.
Which is bullshit.
We're getting going
'cause
again.
You should be able to hear anything that the board's talking about.
That's my
but-
fucking
Right, because it's a problem, right? So
Yeah.
I signed in later and I watched under an account that's not tied to me.
Right.
And this kid put them on notice. My jaw was like this the entire time. I was like,
Right.
I mean,
Right.
it was the most ridiculous thing I've ever
Right.
seen in my entire life.
Right.
It was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, he put adults on notice.
Listen, it's about that
Even
time,
afterwards,
Joe.
the adults were like, "You've taught us. You came here as a teacher to us, and even as in our position, you had."
honestly, that's what we need right
excuse
now.
me, very respectfully, fuck you for allowing me to teach you.
It was
You
a
set
very
the,
respectable one of
school
those
curriculum
for
up
sure.
For
Like,
me
there's
to learn
no.
from it, and I'm teaching you right now, which means that this is an outdated and outsourced system. You need to step the fuck down.
Yes,
and
I mean
separate
they
it.
dug into one of the board members' pasts. The students did, and not the teachers. Nobody.
That's
the students
amazing.
dug into one of
That's
the
where we're
board
at.
members' pasts and went on his Twitter, and they started this whole big deal where he talked about like, I'm gonna put it out there as this is not an exact quote, but this is
Right.
how I interpreted it.
Right.
That like white supremacy is not real, like that like, and this is my interpretation, and so not his words.
Right.
And I will say that again. So this is my interpretation, was like that, somebody, a teacher or a student might die of COVID in Gehenna, and that would be crushing, but we'd get over it.
This is a
He-
board
he-
member putting shit
a
on
board-
Twitter.
A board member. Yeah,
I mean,
he has a whole
man.
Twitter.
I mean, don't get me
his
wrong.
whole Twitter.
I
his
don't-
whole
I don't want
Twitter-
anybody to
disagree.
go look back at my Twitter, but
No. His Twitter. Hey, listen. When you get into a situation like this where you're an elected official, where you're
No
an elected
doubt.
I still
official,
don't disagree though.
like no, but like this shit was posted like in September. This isn't like back in the day. This isn't like talking about like
I still can't say I
that-
disagree.
like comments like voter fraud is more real than systemic racism. Word for word right there.
okay.
Like, you are the kids are questioning how out of touch he is with the community.
But
and what the
unfortunately,
community-
that's politics and leadership in
no,
general right
that's
now,
what-
especially in
that's-
Ohio.
that's That's just what I was about to say. When you got the what was it? The governor of South Carolina saying anybody of color can go anywhere in South Carolina as long as they're conservative. That's a fucking problem. If you feel comfortable enough to say that out your mouth, I feel like I should realize be able to knock your teeth out your mouth.
This
from
goes
any
back.
State,
This
from
goes
any
back
state.
to. This goes
South
back
Carolina,
to your proposal.
I should be able to exactly. I should be able to come
to
you right now. If you really feel that deeply about it, come see me, bro.
Right.
No politics about it. I have a problem. I'm going to knock your teeth out your mouth, and I'm giving you the opportunity to defend yourself.
I am putting you on notice.
But if you don't defend yourself, it's not going to happen with my fist. I'm going in there with pliers.
Right.
And I'm taking your shit out your mouth.
Understand the kids dug this up. Like this is not
this
is not a teacher driven. This is not a union driven thing. The kids looked him up. They said, "Who are the bosses of the boss?" So that we can get this deal done and we can get back in the classroom.
Listen, bro, I'm a parent. My daughter is more than old enough to be in a middle school in Gahanna. And I tell you right now, and I don't care who's listening to me, if there's an issue with anybody, with my daughter I don't give a fuck what rules y'all got. He's up out of there. He or she, whomever is the problem, he's up out of there. And if you don't get him out of there, I'll get him out of there.
Right.
And I mean that with everything I love. I don't mean killing anybody. They'll get out of there, though. I'll get you out of there.
No, so that's what the kids are like.
Place.
The kids are just literally, and so supposedly, allegedly.
Ain't no allegedly. That's a factually with me, bro.
No, listen. Allegedly, he responded to one of the 17-year-old students that you better come at me with more than that if you're gonna come at me.
Yeah, right. And then get your dad.
And of course,
because we're not playing by the rules.
Like, but like, here's one thing you don't do. You don't challenge teenage kids.
No.
Like, first off, they got the time. Right. They got the time. They are the internet.
Especially because guess what? Gahanna teachers are striking right now. So what the fuck else are these kids gonna do?
I don't care if
they got the time. They will figure you out. They will figure out every mistake you've made in your life, and they're gonna publicly blast you. I was like,
I don't care if it's dangerous minds. You hear what I'm saying? I don't care if your teacher wears a strap on his hip.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, it was crazy.
The top with my child,
right?
You let me be 100. Let me be 100. You don't have permission to leave this school,
right?
Hey.
Because as long as your car's in that parking lot, you're not going to be able to leave with me still here.
This is how serious this senior dropped it on them. Like, it's a 20-minute, like, no breathe. Like, y'all could take it and do a breakdown on it, and, like, your jaws would be on the ground line for line. Like, he told them, like, about the mental health piece and, like, how he struggles with mental health, and they took away his mental health counselor from him, and he goes out to the line to get his mental health services so he can be around his mental health specialist and teacher daily because they took away his service and his confidence. I mean, I was like, oh my God. Like, oh my God. Like, what do you say? I mean, you have no words.
No.
You have no words to that. That you took away his mental health counselor from him because you can't, because your inability to be, I don't even want to say an adult, but like he was like your inability to act
to be
and close the deal between two sides. I do not have mental health services, which I deserve, and I am. You know what I mean? Like, he just went, and I was like, "Oh my God,
that's intense."
I get that 100%, but then
the flip side,
right? The devil's advocate kicks in, and I'm like, well, like you gotta understand that I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah,
At no point in this country that we live in, called the United States, ever plan to cover everyone on the list.
No, of course not.
No.
You feel what I'm
Of
saying?
course not.
The
So
most
what-
you can hope for is 80-20.
You're right.
No, but
most-
when you've been receiving
most.
services,
So what I will say is this is all I'm saying as the devil's advocate is
Because our
I don't care what the rules are. Who are abiding by them?
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? We already know, and I'm not trying to be funny. We already know white folks don't have to. You feel what I'm saying? White folks don't have to abide by the rules, but everyone else does. So when you're throwing out the rules, that's when it comes to me like, who are the rules applying to?
Yeah. Who's
And
left?
Well,
when you
here,
talk
here,
about-
here. I'll put this out to you
Before
too.
you say it though, that boy or female or whomever it was that stated that conversation that made you feel that way, felt that way long before they said it,
Yeah.
and they said it long after they needed to.
Hey, and that's what I'm gonna put out here to you, which I think put them in their place even more. So this young man, and I'm gonna say young man because he's unbelievably well spoken.
Right.
Sounds like it.
He is
Clearly.
a black male.
Okay.
So they were trying to.
I wasn't
Like,
rooting for that, by the way.
no, I know you weren't.
But
I
you're
know
not
you
mad
weren't,
about
when we
it.
No,
talk-
I'm not mad
But
about
when we
it.
talk,
But
when
it
we
sounds
talk,
to
when we
me,
talk Hannah,
right?
Right.
If I'm being honest, it sounds to me like a gay white dude. Because
No.
usually the gay white
No.
dudes are very with.
I don't know
with
his.
the
I don't know
blacks,
his.
Like
I don't know him like that to say like what his.
that's.
what
I'm
his
just saying that's
preference
what my
is.
first. That's what my first reaction was.
No, hey, no, that is not what, and that's what I'm saying. It's Gehenna, man. So immediately the thought is, oh, you know what I mean? This white
But at
dude,
the same
whatever.
time, when you say Gehenna, I think to myself, the only people that are gonna stand
Suburbs.
up are the people that have to,
Yeah.
and it's not
Nah.
gonna be the white folks.
Nah, this kid is like beloved by the students, like
Well,
loved.
as a student council president, you kind of have to be, right? Like it's a
Yeah,
popularity contest at
they
the end of the day.
love him, and
Well,
he's into art and he's into all that stuff, but he's also into just everything.
The
You
kids
name
are
it, he's involved in it.
completely different than the establishment, though.
Well,
Yeah,
but I
but
think
The
that that's
kids are
why.
united.
but
the
that's-
kids are united.
I
The
agree, and I think
establishment
that's
is not.
why I've got hope right now. Young people
Right.
are
I'm
more
with you on
united
that.
than I think that they
I'm
ever
with you on
have
that.
been.
It's
I think
crazy.
we are
I just-
starting
my
to
jaw
see that,
dropped.
I'm with you on that. You said
and they're
you
not
what?
afraid to talk.
Right? They are
Yeah,
not.
I'm
And
with
that's
you
that's
on
why
that.
this whole thing came out of nowhere to me, because I was like, my jaw was just on the ground. Like this young man, 17 years old. There's no way on earth I could have had that conversation at 17. Like my mouth would have been spewing.
I just didn't want to have
He was
it.
calm, cool, collected.
I
Just
just didn't
spoke.
want to. I just want to do damage.
I'll send it to you. Y'all got to watch it.
Yeah,
you have
definitely.
To watch it, and it's gonna blow your minds.
I mean,
That
I'm all
he
for
put
it. I'm all
he
about
put
it.
some adults on notice, like about how they failed him, regardless of teachers or whatever. He said he just put them on notice. It was crazy.
But that's also
was-
assuming that they care too.
It's in the news. Like it hit the news. His speech hit the news. Like everybody was like just blown away. Like what?
Yeah,
Whoa.
that's
Crazy.
awesome, man.
I agree. But I also
Like,
without
That
me
kid's.
being
I
a
was like, that kid's
dickhead-
going to. He wants, and I heard he wants to be the president of the Cartoon Network. That's what somebody
That's
told me
what's up.
today.
There you,
You
go.
know what? That just feels. I was just about to say. I wasn't about to take nothing away from the child by no means. I was just about to say zeros and ones, baby, zeros and ones.
See through it.
Zeros
All right,
and ones.
zeros
You
and
gotta
ones.
see beyond what they allow you to see through, and just a talk with the council is zeros and ones.
The whole
baby. I
the whole
need more than
district
that.
is like, hey, kid, will you run for board
Yeah,
for
zeros
the
and
school
ones,
board
bitch.
next year? Like,
Get out my face. What is going on, Michael?
Why do you,
Michael
Hey.
Reggie.
you know what it is? This is all your alarms from past episodes.
That might be right.
Hey,
You might
so
be
I'm
correct.
gonna
We
sign
might
out.
be-
I
All
gotta,
right,
I gotta
man.
slide home, and I've derailed you guys enough tonight.
Luke, I love you, bro.
Well, we appreciate it, man. And
love y'all
you know,
too.
next
Be
time if
safe.
you want to come in person, we'll have you here.
Yeah.
Of course.
I'm in on that. Now that I gotta let it cool down, maybe for a couple weeks.
I hear
You
you.
know, I went from COVID to football to strike. Like
Right.
I get
you
it.
know,
I get it.
My
I get
wife
it.
is My wife is
She's
not
like,
thrilled.
where the
probably,
fuck are
Right,
you?
You're right. No,
with
handle
a with
that
a
business,
Love you,
with a
Devin.
3-month-old baby.
hey, make her sick of you in the next couple months. That way you
You
like
come back.
I can leave whenever because you don't want me.
Months. It'll be 15 minutes when I get home tonight.
Right.
You crazy months.
All right, bro.
All
I know
right,
you be
man.
safe.
All right.
Take it easy.
See ya.
My guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
Jeff,
my
we're booting you
fucking
out
guy.
too. Have a good one,
Jeff,
man.
I love you too. Get out of here, Jazzy Faye. Unless your wife's sister is around. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that after
Mary,
you were gone.
Mary. All right.
I wanted them to hear it.
So, what we got, man? That was a good talk. I mean, that's a direction. I tried to get Luke on earlier. I actually texted Luke and Jeff earlier, and they both blew me off. And so them calling in last minute, I'm like, all right. And I think it was cool to hear. And when we republish this, I'm gonna put like live from the picket line
I thought it was.
as maybe our topic. Just
I thought
so
it was excellent.
I mean, it was pretty legit. So I think that was cool.
And let me be honest with you. You could put whatever the topic is.
Yeah.
You hear what I'm saying?
I mean, we just didn't really have one to start the night, so.
You could put a topic out that said "fuck black folks everywhere,"
That might get us some views.
and I wouldn't be upset.
not
That's all
from
I'm
not
saying.
from my social media
No,
feed,
yeah.
but
It might have to come from me.
right.
But all I'm saying is, I don't care. I'm just gonna say what I say regardless. So
Right.
listen, Luke.
Goodness.
Luke is the same way. That's my guy. That's why I like him. So if anybody has a problem with him, suck my dick. Spit. I meant. That wasn't meant for the people listening. Other than the people that may be involved in Gehenna school boards.
There you go.
I don't work there, but I went there. Suck my dick from the biznack. As a matter of
Fact.
biznack.
I knew that's where you were going.
Fucking guy.
Oh man.
Listen.
So just kind of shifting gears here.
Yeah, do that.
Um
Don't shift to the Big Bang unless you want that right now.
Oh no, we might actually. You know what? We might hold that. We might hold that.
Okay.
I also have to say that I lined us up. I think a guest for October 30th.
Next week is the 26th. No, it is the 30th.
Is it?
Is that no?
No,
it's
next week's the
20
23rd. The following week would be the 30th.
Okay.
I think I have lined us up a guest for the 30th that will shock and astound.
Female,
So
male.
male,
I'm not gonna shock us down.
but I'm not gonna say anymore. Yeah.
In
Anyways.
person,
No, it'll probably be via Zoom, and probably.
definitely not gonna shock us down.
All right, well that's fine. I will be happy to talk to this person. I'll put it that way.
I'm gonna be happy to talk to them regardless. But I'm just saying you're not gonna.
It's just one that I've been trying to line up for a while that I'm happy I got. And
I can name it.
It's
right
not
now.
anybody local, so.
I can
we'll
name
see.
it right now.
Who?
Chauncey.
No, but the Chaunce would be amazing. I don't know that the Chaunce would go on record with us.
Oh, Chauncey's coming on. Chauncey.
You
he
should
has
call-
to come on with his wife though.
You gotta
It's
call.
only Chauncey Michelle.
You should call Shell and Chaunce and say.
Are they
you know-
ever visiting recently?
They used to visit all the time when Ohio State was playing.
Well, Chauncey Michelle, Ohio State is playing next couple weeks. Might not see it on live TV, but we got this bitch running Buckeye City to the day we die. So, we would love to have you. If you got enough money, we don't. Get in here, make something happen.
We'll have to check that out. No, I think that would be. I I wonder if Chauncey would do it.
He would.
We might have to call him.
He would.
You and I might have to call him on just like a Saturday afternoon to
would.
convince him to come
I
on.
need Michelle too, though. I need
well,
Michelle too.
Michelle, I think would come on
Uncle
regardless.
Johnson. Oh yeah, Aunt Michelle's coming on. Uncle Johnson, Aunt Michelle, you got it pop.
By the way, and another guest that
Why
I've got.
We're not doing stuff like this.
What do you mean?
Fuck bringing people in. Bring in the people we want to talk to and hear from.
I hear you. So the other person who may be joining us live in person,
Ooh.
late October, early November.
Smelly.
Yeah, she wants to make
I didn't mean to call you Smelly, and I shouldn't have called you Smelly because Smelly's someone completely different.
But you're right.
But it's the same.
Mel.
Right, it's the same thing.
Same
I
idea.
just get. But yeah, I'm glad. I would love to have Mel.
So
She
Mel is asking to come in. She's closing on a house with her sister soon, and she wants to come like the weekend after. So
But
hopefully like the first weekend of November.
Okay. What you mean? I'm with it.
Well, I knew you'd appreciate that one, and Shar made some noise about like, oh, and I'm sure when she comes, she'd love to be on the show. I'm like, of course she will be.
Well, I feel like you don't have a choice at this point.
Actually, hold on. What are our demands to let her back on the show? What does she have to bring us?
Well, listen. First of all,
I need some of that salve, that CBD salve.
First of all,
something we could chew on during the show.
Well, listen. Let me explain something.
Shout out to Bison Botanics.
I want to listen. That's one. That's number one. The hat.
We might have to give her hat back, but then what will we do for sponsorship?
Nope. I need a hat.
Oh, okay.
Listen, she worked for a motherfucker that been in the news.
Are you guys are friends? Then you saw.
I saw. Bitch, and I'm talking about not Melissa, the owner. Bitch, you better be him stitching hats. You know what I'm saying? Because I want a hat. I don't give a fuck about what you sell. I don't want to smoke. I want a hat. That's all I'm saying. CBD, let's be 100. I'm going to smoke CBD. I've smoked it. But to all the people that aren't involved in my job, I smoke marijuana anyway.
What you mean?
So it doesn't really fucking matter. And I'm pulling the mic closer to me because I hope my job hears this. I smoke marijuana. Fire me. Bitch, I hope you choke on a dick.
I don't know if marijuana is a fireable offense anymore.
It might not be, but
we're starting to get to that point.
I got a lot more fireable offenses in me. So just leave me the fuck alone and let me smoke marijuana. But Melissa, we are.
You pushed that a little too far away.
we're more than happy to have you back. Love you.
Oh,
Can't
man.
wait. We'll do a
What?
You know what? I don't give a fuck about this job I work. We'll do a strong off contest with you. I don't know if Mike's willing. He's not willing. You bring your strongest weed from Buffalo. I will put my strongest.
Why? Can you just go to your alarms and turn them all
I'm
off?
gonna tell you. I don't understand why that's happening. It must be something.
Do you keep
real.
pressing snooze instead of stop?
If that's the yellow button, yes.
It is the yellow button.
I thought I was stopping it. You might be right.
You might have to check that.
What was I saying though?
Strong off.
Yeah. So you bring your strongest with your I'm not gonna say it. Your Buffalo weed. I'll bring my strongest with our Columbus weed, and we'll see who pops the jack. Now, who's gonna smoke it?
You two.
Well, that's not gonna work. So we gotta have somebody. I got somebody. We'll figure it out. You can either bring someone from Buffalo, which I doubt you want to do. I'll bring. I got somebody. I got a couple people that don't smoke.
I hear about these people.
Right, that don't smoke but would smoke just to say so.
I don't see
we'll
them
figure it out either way.
On the analytics, but I hear about it.
Well, they're not going to be on the analytics. They're not going to be on that.
I will
say,
like
Dave Chappelle. No, I'm not going to.
When we get into our normal time slot, our viewership tends to go up. We actually don't have a lot of live folks, but I think it's because a lot of our regular like live stream fans, outside of Uncle Dan and Caleb and my mom's,
right?
I think there are a lot of football coaches and they're still playing. So they've got. We should get them back next week.
Well, listen, my motherfuckers is on.
Are they on the podcast? The podcast version?
Nah, they on C squared PT time.
Well, that's true.
So they listen or hear it whenever they like.
I will say, we've actually seen a pretty big uptick over the last 2 or 3 weeks in our podcast listenership, rather.
Has it been?
Yeah, no. We went from an average audience of like under 10 to over 10, which is good. So we're getting there.
Okay.
Baby steps, man. Baby steps.
That's all that matters.
So, I've been watching something lately. And I don't know, you don't have HBO, do you?
And I'm snoozing right now as we speak.
Is that what you did, was snoozed? I told you that's what it was. So I've been watching some white folk shit. Have you heard about The Vow on HBO? The Vow?
Like P Valley?
No, The Vow. Like VOW.
Oh, The Vow.
Vow.
No.
So The Vow is about this sex cult that got busted last year.
So it's real.
Oh yeah, no, it's a docuseries. And it follows this company called Nexium. And it was I want to say it was Allison Mack who was on like a guest star role on Smallville. And this dude named
Superman
Keith Rainier.
Shit.
Yeah. And so we've been watching that, and it's interesting, man. First couple episodes talk about like what the promise was, and then pretty much everything else is just how fucked up shit got. But I tell you what, like the whole principle behind it was like hacking the human brain, and like how you should be able to control how you react to things. And by better being able to control how you react to things, you're able to make the world a better place. Now, what it devolved into was women trying to empower women, supposedly, but then turning it into a accountability and master slave. I mean, there's a little bit of a plot to it. Like, it definitely builds, but it's definitely some white folk shit. It's definitely some white folk shit.
I don't know. Well, maybe. Okay. I'm probably looking at it from a different perspective.
What I found interesting was, like, because they introduce it, like, in its purest form, like, they make you feel like you're on the journey with the people that went into this thing.
Right.
And so I thought that was actually pretty powerful to be able to see, like the first episode you watch it and you're like, okay, all right.
That's not what I'm thinking.
Like, this is interesting. Like, I could see why this would be appealing. And then by, like, the second or third episode, you're like, oh, no, I can see where this goes totally fucking wrong. But if anybody's out there looking for a new watch and you got HBO or HBO Max or whatever it's called these days, I recommend it. It was something that we picked up, I want to say, just a week ago, and we're almost through the first season. And I think there's only one season.
Well,
right
people, whoever's listening, fuck that boring shit. Go to
What you
Bert
got?
Kreischer,
The Kreischer Show?
The Cabin.
Is that what it's called? The Cabin?
Yep. Skip episode 3. Skip that.
Oh, no. We can't skip episodes.
Ooh, skip that episode 3. I don't care what nobody says. I'm the biggest Bert Kreischer fan in the world. Skip episode 3.
Is this the one with the coffee enemas? Or was that episode
That's
1?
exactly what that
Oh,
was.
okay.
This nigga was squirting shit out his ass and everything. I was looking like, oh, I can't watch this. I've never watched anything like I can't watch this. And that's when I quit, and I was like, you know what? He's not that bad. Let me watch it to the end. And he did. He recovered me by the end of the episode. He did. As much as I love him, I was going to quit him forever, and he recovered me by the end of the episode. But I understand. Listen, let me say, for people that don't know, I understand why black folks feel that way. Real talk.
You're not wrong.
I'm just being honest. You just gotta watch it and see what I'm saying. And you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. But
what else you got? Anything else you're watching? I got one other one that I'm watching.
Ooh.
What's that?
Enola Holmes.
Oh, did you watch Enola?
You like Enola?
I haven't seen it. I've heard mixed things about it.
Love Enola.
Okay, so tell me why.
So, and this is one thing. Me and my grandmother. I guess I can't really give y'all. You know what I mean? So okay, stop.
So tell me why you like it. Don't tell me the plot.
I won't tell you nothing. The first thing while I jumped to the thought that I thought was that me and my grandmother used to watch BBC.
Okay.
Not Big Black Cock.
British.
Right,
yeah.
exactly, right. And the number one on BBC was Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
They even had a Watson show where it wasn't Sherlock Holmes and Watson did it and Sherlock was with him. But nonetheless, I used to stay up till 2 a.m. just to watch the show she watched.
Okay.
And it would be Sherlock Holmes and shit.
Yeah.
So Enola came out and I explained to her what it was. First of all, I didn't even know she, with her old ass, had Netflix.
Okay. So
like 100. I didn't even know she had a computer.
They could watch Netflix.
That would be able to dial in without a wire. You feel what I'm saying?
I got you.
I'm just being 110% correct.
I get it.
When I explained it to her, she was intrigued, but to me, I was already intrigued just to speak. Like it was almost like how you're explaining to your dad how you scored your first touchdown.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You know, they don't give a fuck about anything else you have to say but that. And I'm not saying that my grandma's that way, because my grandma is how I am. Like, she'll try to look at it from an opposite view.
Okay. So she'll try to play devil's advocate
right.
or whatever.
Mom won't do that. Father won't do that. I have nobody in my life that will do that but her. And I feel like that's where we connect, because we are kind of
contrarian,
conspiracy, like sciencey. Like, I don't trust you.
Yeah.
And you think I would say, like, I'm gonna think you're telling me the truth?
Right.
No, I want to see what you did before this.
Okay.
That's how she is, and that's how I am. So I feel like it fits her so much, but not at all. Have you watched it?
I haven't. I've seen it pop up a couple times, and it's one of those things that
you should watch it.
I keep thinking about watching, and I keep, honestly, what I keep waiting for is like a Saturday where we can't figure out what to watch.
You should watch. This is exactly what I was talking about when I said you get into what I was saying.
Okay.
You should watch it.
I will.
You should watch it, and I guarantee you, because it explains to you, and I'm not, once again, I know we've been here again, not giving anybody anything away from people that haven't heard it before, but it's not like the old version.
Okay.
Like where it's just like Sherlock Holmes is the smartest guy, where the fuck all that shit. Sherlock's mom was the smartest motherfucker.
Okay.
And Sherlock's mom taught Sherlock, and then she taught the daughter, but the daughter was 16, Sherlock's 28.
Okay.
So it's like
So he's got the experience, but
right,
she's
but
got
she
kind of the
honed
fresh
her
eyes.
skills to teach her daughter a little bit more.
Okay. Yeah.
So the daughter's like, yeah, you learned that way. I didn't. I'll figure it out this way.
Gotcha.
It ends up beating
Sherlock to the punch, basically.
Because she was with her daughter so much. You know?
Okay. All right.
It's they set it up to where there is no more stories. Like, the BBC shit was all...
It was serial.
Season
It was
13 of Sherlock Holmes. Season
right, but it was like, it was
of,
episodic in the sense that, like, every episode was a self-contained story.
Right, it stuck, but it was like... you're exactly correct.
It wasn't serialized, was what I was trying to get at.
They're setting this up to where she is Sherlock Holmes, but she is her.
So do you think that they would follow it up with a series, or do you think they're looking at more movies?
If they follow it up with another movie, I don't know if I'm gonna be as
interested
it as I.
But it would be a great launching point for a series.
Right.
Is that what you're saying?
Right now, this is just a movie. Like,
right.
This isn't a series. It's
no. But I'm saying it would be a good launch point for a series.
Right. No, I'm following. Yeah. No, that's the only way. I couldn't see them saying, "Well, it's Sherlock Holmes' daughter too." No. What happened between that?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And right now, I'm telling you, the little chick from Stranger Things, man, I love her.
Is that who plays
yes.
Enola? Is Millie Bobby Brown?
Man, I love her.
Oh, shit. I don't know that I realized that.
She is amazing.
Is she?
And it's not like Sherlock Holmes. Like, it's like her mom doesn't only teach her detective shit. She's teaching her self-defense. So this bitch will get charged with somebody with a knife, and she's switching and grabbing her leg and flipping over and putting them in an arm bar.
So it's got a little action element to it too.
Man, she's amazing. It's set up perfectly for the new generation of people who may have watched those BBC.
Yeah. Like growing
Sherlock
up,
Holmes.
it would be
right.
That's all. I mean, I'm a fan of the requel.
Man, that's why I said you probably listen. Wait
I'll have
till
to check it out. I'll have to check it out.
I guarantee you'll be.
I mean,
you might not be interested, but you'll be a lot more intrigued than I'm trying to explain it to you.
I got you. All right. No, I'll check it out. Because the other one I'm watching. My mom and I are watching it cross country together. Is the
What?
Bly Manor.
I don't know that. Bly Manor is the scary one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The Haunting of Bly Manor.
Yeah, I do know that.
What was the Haunting of Hill House was the first one.
I know that.
White people moving into scary houses. That's the name of the show.
Listen.
It's an anthology series.
Black folks only was
although there is a black character in Bly Manor.
Well, listen, black folks was only courted to the scary houses, so we're used to all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
It's funny because that actually ties into the one that it keeps coming
like,
out as Lovecraft Country. That also happens in that one too.
Like, he ain't scared. Now he ain't scared. We lived in this outhouse for 5 years, and the same ghost been screaming at us. Why would we be scared? Let's get these white folks in. Let's go to Bly Manor.
I will say that Bly Manor is not quite as as eerie as Haunting a Hill House.
I know what you mean.
But I mean, it's okay.
I mean,
it's not quite as good as the Hill House, but
I mean, I'm not a fan of either. But
you're not a big horror fan, right? Or like thriller fan?
No.
I get it.
I could just.
I only watch. Honestly, the only reason I've watched those shows and watched those kind of movies is that my mom has been into that shit, and so.
And you want to know the truth?
Watch that kind of stuff
is
with her.
My dad was very into scary shit.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget. He's an asshole and he's dumb.
I mean, is he as much an asshole as, watching Scream at a friend's house and then your friend's mom comes down with a knife and the Scream mask?
No, he's a dickhead. No, my father's a dickhead. I'll never forget. So, Chris was only like 2 or 3 years old. I think we dropped him off at our son's house.
Okay.
But Dad was like the scariest haunted house type let's go to the scary. No. No,
I seem to remember a great haunted house visit with a Thornia.
Listen, let me explain something to you. Let me explain something to you. I want you to be, and you are absolutely correct. I'm not scared to say that. I was scared as shit to do that. Let me explain something to you.
I'm listening. It is that time of year, by the way. Should we just go to a haunted forest?
And listen, that's the thing, though.
Follow you with video.
I've gone, and we can do that, though. We can definitely do. If you like, we can definitely do that. But you may be underwhelmed. All I'm saying is, I definitely don't like scary shit. But the number one reason behind that is I don't want to feel like I have to react.
I hear you. That makes sense to me.
And when you're like scaring me, and I
know that I can't react the way that I want to,
I'm gonna fuck you up. Like I'm like that's my first react, and I don't mean fuck you up like fighting. I mean like pull a knife out of my pocket, and I might fuck you up. So I don't want to. It's not my idea to go into a situation to expect to be scared.
Right. That's white folk shit.
Right. Because if I am scared, I'm going to fight with everything I have in me.
True.
So if I have a knife or a gun or anything, you might not want to scare me unless I know I'm coming in to be scared.
Right.
And that's not never going to be the case.
Right.
So just leave me out of it. You feel me? That's how I feel. Just leave me out of it. Y'all can get scared all y'all like.
So you don't have any favorite horror movies that you watch around Halloween?
Well, this is the difference though, because I am kind of weird in the head.
Well, I agree with that.
I watch all kinds of weird shit with myself at night. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't bother me.
I'm not talking about the porn that you watch, Cliff. There was my one zinger. I got to take a piss.
You know what I mean?
You've managed this yourself.
Listen, well, while we're managing, just know, ladies and gentlemen, I fucked up a couple POV zombies in my day.
I might have to turn off.
Now, if you want to see the visuals, then you're going to have to ask Michael, because I'm not that good with all that. Listen, first and foremost, I'm just now getting back to inside the house. But what were we even talking about? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. My daughter's birthday's coming up. She's about to be 10 years old. And she's not shit either, is all I'm saying. So don't root for her, because I'm not shit. She's not shit. Root for her on her own podcast page. She might have one before you know it, but she's not shit, and she knows it. We'll hear about it later. Don't worry about it. But now, all I'm saying is, I would be more than happy to attend a scary function and record it and see how it turns out. That's not a problem with me. But what I will say in the time being is, pay for it. I don't know. Shit. You gonna have to pay for that, because
we talking about putting the haunted house on a Patreon again?
Yeah, listen, we more than happy to do that. But what I will say is, you might want to pay for it. 'Cause it's not, listen, it's not gonna be.
It's gonna be underwhelming, I think, is what you said.
Exactly. I don't think it's gonna be as funny as you think, but it could be very funny, depending on. So I got to say. Are we still on the podcast?
We are still on the podcast.
Okay. Well, I've been on
We're about an hour and 45 in.
I've been on my Theo Vine. I've been just talking.
I mean, it was good because that was a long piss. Sorry. What else? We got anything else to talk about?
Yes.
I mean, I feel like
Oh no, we don't.
I think the main topic, or the one that you and I talked about, let's save that for next week.
Okay.
Because I feel like we could do probably a quarter of a show, half a show on that.
Okay. Stop it then.
What?
I agree with you 110%.
What's that?
But what I will say is,
you were prepared and I wasn't? I know.
no, that's not what I was going to say. So, everybody that's listening, everybody that's heard, everybody that's going to listen back, the plan was we were going to put together the best movie cast to place a heist with.
So if we were directing our own heist movie, who would be on the squad?
Who would be the cast for the heist? So now that is done and out of the way, the second question is, since we're extending this to a new day, explain how you would plan to do your heist.
Okay, so the best movie cast, or so the best
For
team for a heist, and then what is the heist and how?
Right.
Okay.
That's the next. Since we're not gonna do it today,
And we'll have to do a. We'll figure out who has the better heist, and we'll see if we agree at the end of the night.
Bang bang.
I like it.
Bang.
We kind of did that with the presidential thing last week, and I think we
fuck
made,
the president.
We made obviously, but
fuck the future president. Fuck the presidents.
Here's my issue. It's because
fuck squirrel meal.
We're at an hour and 46.
Go for feed.
I mean, the GOP in California, like, legit just putting fake ballot boxes out there. Like, without impunity. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Have they not been doing that since 1962?
I mean, I don't think drop-off ballots have been as big a thing until recently.
Well,
but
that's what I say. Listen, let me tell you something. If any of y'all dumb motherfuckers, black, white, yellow, brown, Mexican, Hispanic, I know all that. If you don't understand that you shouldn't put a ballot in that you haven't filled out yourself or locked into an envelope and turned in yourself.
But that's the thing, is they had fake drop boxes, like fake boxes where you were supposed to put the ballots.
Let me say something. If you had a ballot and you had somewhere to put it, but it turned out to be fake, kill yourself. Kill yourself.
Because you should have looked up where they were, if nothing else.
Kill yourself. Kill your parents.
Although I will say, I dropped off my mail-in ballot at the post office, in a mailbox at the post office, and it still hasn't been received by the Board of Elections.
And it won't
be.
Like, why is everybody acting like it's a big deal? Like, it's not. That's not the thing. It's not the big deal.
It is the thing, though.
It's not, though. Did you think this was going to be an even fight?
No. So I'm calling on Monday if it's not counted yet, and I'm saying, what do I need to do to resubmit?
That's why I'm turning up on the 3rd with my strap in my waistband.
I hear you.
Bitch, say something.
I'm
voting in person.
Although they just outlawed open carry in Michigan at the polls. So
listen, Donald Trump. Who else?
Joe Biden? Is that the other one?
No, you're absolutely correct. Joe Biden as well. I don't give a fuck about any of your laws. I'm just being 100. And I would imagine anybody else that I fuck with feels the same way. Do you think I need a CCW to protect myself?
No.
If I feel like I'm in... Listen,
that wasn't a question for me.
No, but you answered it. I'm over here right now. Oh, the banger's on me. It's not on my waist. Charlene, I would never do that. But I'm just saying.
It's in the bag.
Yes, it's definitely in the bag. No one.
And the bag will be in the trunk away from the bullets when he's driving. So don't you worry about it.
But I do have a clip in my pocket as well. If you would like to check, officers. But I'm just saying. First of all, it shouldn't be a misdemeanor for you to own your own gun and be caught with it.
True.
Second of all...
By the way, Unc out in the chat, so... What up, Uncle Dave?
We
see you with the shirt. Hope you telling people about us.
But, regardless, all I'm saying is... Fuck y'all. Meet us next week. Fuck y'all. I'm done.
You're done?
I ain't got time
You know, you got mad at me last week about trying to wrap up 10 minutes early, and then you made me stay 20 minutes late while I had to piss.
Yeah. You can say whatever you like. I kind of got to piss too. But I'm feeling like real talk, fuck y'all. You know what I'm saying? Fuck y'all. It's because y'all haven't done enough.
I mean, you're probably not wrong.
I'm dead ass right. Because everybody is like, well, when's y'all next shit? Come on. Post it. And share it and like it. I don't care if you're liking your own shit. Like it. Help us out. The fuck? Otherwise,
you know, this is all the times that you've told people, no, fucking don't share it.
Yeah, don't. And if you don't like us, don't. I don't give a fuck. But I'm saying right now, I have to piss. Like it. If you don't like it, let me know why. If you let me know why, I'm probably going to cuss you out. But still, I'm with you. So if you don't like it, just let me know why you don't like it. You may get a change. You may get a cuss out. Either way, we love you. If we don't love you, then you already know why. Mike, wrap it up.
As always, this has been Do Fools Agree. I am your host, at the Geeky Coach, Mike Reggie. As always, out here with my main man, Cliff Jennings. Don't listen to this fool.
I'm listening.
Do us a favor. Give us a like, give us a subscribe, give us a share. If you can share it, you know, and somebody sees it, it helps the show out. And honestly, at the end of the day, it helps the algorithms, all that kind of shit. So we appreciate you. Thank you for stopping in tonight. Honestly, that's all we got. Take it easy, y'all. Peace out.